Yo, 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 what's up, people? This is your boy K Paper Chase, and welcome to Soundoff. All right, so today I wanted to give up some vocabulary. I wanted to go over this vocabulary word because what I'm doing is I'm working on a real dope episode that's coming up now. What's going to come up this week, and what it's talking about is quantum physics and how when we look at things on a small scale, if we observe it, the same thing happens on a larger scale. So it's like micro and macro. But before I start talking about quantum leaping and stuff like that, I just want to give you a concept. And this was a thought experiment that was done by Schrodinger. And I just want to talk about Schrodinger's cat. All right, so this was an experiment that was done. It's a thought experiment, but it just comes to tell us how things act on a microscopic level and how we're able to create our surroundings and kind of build our future based on what we see. So what happened is there was a cat. It's called Schrodinger's cat. There was a cat that was put in a box. You can't see whether the cat is alive or dead. So what they did is they put some kind of radioactive substance or something in there that would kill the cat. But the thing is, the observer doesn't know if the cat is going to be killed or going to be alive. So they'll go ahead and release the chemical into it. Now it doesn't necessarily release. The thing if something happens to the atomic counter one way, it release it or it might not release it. So there's a 50% chance that the cat will die by the radiation being released from the vial in the cage, and it's a 50% chance that the cat will live. So during Schrodinger's experiment, he tried to prove that a wave function collapse doesn't happen until there is an observer present. So what that means that the cat was sort of in a alive and a dead state because we don't know what it is until we make the observation. Once we make the observation and open up the box, then the cat is going to be either alive or dead. But it just comes to show that superposition with atoms and little small items like that, that can be more than one place at the same time. So when we make an observation of something, that's when it actually stays still and we're able to locate it. Without an observation, these atoms are just flowing around and they can perform any position, but they don't actually form anything until we actually look at them. So it's sort of like that question, if a tree falls in the forest, is if there's no one to hear it, doesn't make a sound. So in this case, it would be no. You have to actually observe it for something to happen. Sort of like a video game. Nothing's happening until we observe it. When we run around the corner, it's sort of being created as we go. So I thought this was a real interesting concept. Not necessarily, but what does happen is once we open that box and observe it, it's going to have to be either alive or dead. So we kind of influence that events. So I just want to talk about that because every time we make a decision or decide to do something because of this superposition and just how things act in the micro, it actually splits off. So whenever you make a decision, it actually splits off kind of into a new timeline. And we do this hundreds of times a day. So every time you make a decision, your world actually changes. We don't know what the other situation would be because we didn't make that decision. But when you make a decision and try to do something, you actually split into that world. So any kind of observation or making a decision actually creates our world. And this Schrodinger's cat experiment is something that kind of proved that. So I'm going to talk about this, and I'm also going to talk about another experiment on the next vocabulary video, and that's going to be the double slit experiment. It just shows how light rays, when they're going through a slit or when they're shined through a line, they actually appear in more than one place at the same time. So yeah, this is going to be important because when I start talking about the quantum physics, it's going to make sense once we did this Schrodinger's cat experiment, thought experiment, and explained it. Just shows how atom works. And since we are made out of atoms, this should account for us too. So yeah, some very powerful stuff. I'm gonna actually teach you how to make a quantum jump, how we can actually jump between these realities and make sure that we're landing in the right one that we want to be in. And it's just by thought, observation, and just manipulating this quantum state that is here. So yeah, so definitely I will get back to you. We got a dope deal coming up about the quantum world, but I wanted to get some vocabulary and stuff so that when we do the video, everybody will kind of be caught up and they'll know what I'm talking about. All right, so this was just a quick short. Definitely visit my channel. I got a lot of other videos out. Just did a video about karma, the live stream. So it has so much information that wasn't even in the video. So yeah, definitely check out the channel. Check me out. And I want to thank you for tuning in. It's Sound Off. Peace.